Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into L-Theanine
Ooh,
and all the amazing things it can do for your brain.
that was good.
I've had some incredible research here,
All right.
including excerpts from an article just called L-Theanine,
Interesting.
and I've got some of my own notes about this compound too.
Yeah.
Okay, so to start things off,
Right.
what exactly L-Theanine?
Well, L-theanine is a pretty unique amino acid.
Hmm.
It's not one that our bodies make naturally.
Okay,
You can find it in green tea
makes sense.
and in one specific type of mushroom.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
What's really fascinating, though, is that structurally it resembles the neurotransmitters glutamate and glutamine,
Oh,
which, as you probably know,
yeah.
play a huge role in how our brains function.
Right.
So it's kind of like,
So it's kind of like a stand-in.
yeah,
Exactly. I'm intrigued.
And it gets even cooler.
Oh, yeah.
L-theanine can actually cross what's called the blood-brain barrier
Right.
easily, which means that it can directly affect your brain
Okay.
within 30 to 45 minutes.
Wow, that's fast.
So whether you're sipping on a cup of green tea or taking a supplement,
Makes sense.
it can go straight to work.
That is pretty impressive
Yeah.
that it can get in there that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder people associate green tea with,
Right.
feeling calm and focused.
Exactly.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
your notes mentioned something about L-theanine and brain waves.
Right.
Can you break that down a bit?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So brain waves, are like electrical signals in your brain
Right.
that reflect different states of consciousness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, L-theanine
Yeah.
has been shown to actually boost
Okay.
alpha brainwaves.
Okay, so those are the
You've probably heard of these.
they're like the Zen brain waves.
Yeah, they're linked to that feeling of relaxed alertness.
okay.
You might experience that during meditation or just before drifting off to sleep.
Right.
Like that really relaxed but focused
Yeah.
state.
It's like that feeling where you're at peace, but you're still very aware.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So it's like you can achieve that meditative state without years of practice.
It really is.
That's remarkable.
Yeah, and what's even more fascinating is that L-theanine also increases theta waves,
Okay.
which are associated with creativity
Oh, wow.
and even relief from past trauma.
Wow.
So it's this unique combination
Okay.
that promotes relaxation and enhanced brain power.
I'm liking this already.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about a compound that can relax us, help us focus, and boost creativity.
Potentially, yeah.
Color me impressed.
All right.
So let's talk about neurotransmitters.
Sure.
Okay, so what exactly is L-theanine doing there?
So in addition to what it's doing to the brain waves,
Right.
L-theanine actually increases the levels of certain neurotransmitters in your brain.
Oh, wow. Okay, which ones?
GABA, serotonin, and dopamine.
Ooh. All the good ones.
Right. The feel-good neurotransmitters we hear so much about.
The ones that keep us happy and motivated and help us
Yeah.
sleep well and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and this boost from L-theanine contributes to
Yeah.
that energizing yet calming effect.
Right.
That's so unique to L-theanine.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's not just about relaxation,
Exactly.
but it's like optimizing how your brain functions.
Right.
Yeah, potentially leading to better cognition,
Mm-hmm.
even enhanced memory. So it's like getting a brain tune-up without any jitters or crash.
Right.
I like where this is going.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what about L-theanine and stress?
Okay, so that's another interesting aspect.
Yeah, and neuroprotection.
Right.
I've got some notes about that here.
So remember how we talked about L-theanine
Yeah.
being structurally similar to glutamate?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it turns out that L-theanine can actually
Yeah.
regulate glutamate levels in the brain.
Okay.
So it kind of keeps things in check.
Like a regulator.
Yeah. Especially when you're under stress.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like it's protecting us from stress overload.
Exactly.
Why is that important?
Because when you're stressed,
Mm-hmm.
your brain can get flooded with glutamate.
Oh, really?
Now, glutamate is essential
Yeah.
for things like learning and memory.
Okay.
But too much of it can actually lead to overstimulation
Right.
and even potential damage to brain cells.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
So L-theanine helps to prevent that
Okay.
by keeping things in balance
That's good.
and protecting your brain from the harmful effects of that excess glutamate.
So it's like a bodyguard for our brains.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And there's a study from South Korea
Okay.
where researchers gave L-theanine to healthy volunteers,
Interesting.
and they found that it promoted the release of alpha waves,
Right.
especially those associated with relaxation and concentration.
So even when we're stressed,
Yeah.
L-theanine can help us stay
Hmm.
relaxed and focused.
Exactly.
That's pretty powerful.
It is.
But what about aging?
Oh, right, aging. Yeah.
You know how as we get older,
Yeah.
our brains change.
As we age, our brain chemistry and energy metabolism
Right.
naturally change.
Okay.
You see a decline in those feel-good neurotransmitters,
Oh, no.
an increase in glutamate
Right.
and stress. And unfortunately, these changes can impact your mood, your memory,
Right.
and even how well you sleep.
Yeah, like those senior moments we joke about
Right.
could be linked to
They certainly could be.
these changes in
Right.
the brain as we age.
And that's where L-theanine might come in,
Oh, interesting.
because its ability to boost those neurotransmitters,
Yeah.
protect against glutamate toxicity,
Right.
and promote relaxation
Yeah.
offers a way to counter some of those negative effects.
Wow. That is incredible hopeful. So it's
Yeah.
like it's helping us maintain a more youthful brain
It could, yeah.
as we get older.
Mm.
What else makes L-theanine so unique?
Well, one thing that really stands out is its ability to energize you
Okay.
without that caffeine crash
Yeah.
and calm you down without causing drowsiness.
So it's the best of both worlds.
It really is.
Yeah. You mentioned a helpful analogy in your notes.
Oh, yeah.
Something about smoothing out brain waves.
Right. So think of it this way.
Okay.
L-theanine doesn't flatten your brain waves. It smooths them out.
Okay.
So that helps explain how it creates that relaxed yet alert state.
Okay.
It's not about suppressing brain activity,
Right.
but about optimizing it
Oh, that's interesting.
for that state of calm focus.
So it's like tuning an instrument.
Yeah,
Okay.
to find that perfect sweet spot.
Yeah, where everything is working.
Exactly. And,
Yeah.
and this seems to extend to sleep as well.
Oh, right. Sleep.
There was a study in Japan
Okay.
that found L-theanine improved sleep quality, recovery from exhaustion,
Right.
and that feeling of being truly refreshed when you wake up.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's not just about daytime. Right.
Focus and calm.
It's about nighttime, too.
Yeah, it's about getting a good night's sleep so that you can have that energy and focus the next day.
Exactly.
Well, sensing a theme here, balance.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It
Well-
seems like L-theanine is all about finding that sweet spot for optimal brain function,
I think that's a great way to put it.
day and night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've talked about the brain waves.
Yeah.
We've talked about neurotransmitters,
Right.
stress reduction, aging sleep.
Yeah.
What about mood?
Oh, mood. Yeah, that's a big one.
How does L-theanine impact our mood?
So once L-theanine crosses that blood-brain barrier,
You right?
it starts to influence amino acid levels in your brain, and that ultimately impacts your mood
Okay.
by modulating serotonin, dopamine, and GABA.
So it's like a domino effect,
That is
leading to a more balanced mood.
Exactly.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, and you know, I've heard from some people
Oh,
that L-theanine has helped them with anxiety.
and even panic attacks.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
But it's important to note that this hasn't been definitively proven
Okay,
in large-scale studies.
gotcha.
And it's crucial to consult with your doctor
Of course.
before combining L-theanine with any anti-anxiety medications.
Right.
Safety always comes first.
Absolutely.
But, you know, those potential mood-boosting effects
Yeah.
are definitely worth exploring.
Especially for people looking for
Vibing.
natural ways to
Vibing.
improve their mental well-being.
Exactly.
Speaking of well-being,
Yeah.
what about L-theanine and stroke?
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
You highlighted a large-scale study
Mm-hmm.
from China in your notes.
Yeah.
This study observed over 14,000 people
Wow.
and found a 40% decreased risk of stroke
Wow, that's a lot.
in those who regularly drank green, black, or jasmine tea,
Oh, wow.
which all contain L-theanine.
Right.
So it suggests
Pretty strongly.
a protective effect.
That's a significant reduction.
Yeah, and what's remarkable is the finding
What's that?
that if L-theanine is present in your body at the time of a stroke,
Okay.
brain damage is significantly reduced.
Oh, wow.
It's not just about prevention.
Mm-hmm.
It's about minimizing the impact of a potentially devastating event.
That's incredible.
Right.
Okay, so L-theanine is a multitasker.
Yeah, it really is.
It seems like it does a lot. It promotes relaxation.
Yeah.
It enhances cognitive function, potentially boosts our mood,
Right.
and it even offers protection against stroke.
That's right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's considered a safe and effective dose?
So a typical recommendation for L-theanine is between 100 and 400 milligrams,
Okay.
taken once or twice a day,
Hmm.
with a maximum of 1,200 milligrams daily.
Okay.
And it's water-soluble,
Right.
so you can easily take it with water.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Since green tea is a natural source,
Right.
do we need to be mindful of the caffeine?
That's a good question. Green tea does contain caffeine,
Okay.
but generally less than a cup of coffee.
Gotcha.
And here's the interesting part.
Oh.
L-theanine seems to actually mitigate
Okay.
some of those jittery side effects
Right.
associated with caffeine.
Oh, so they work well together.
It's like they work together to create a smooth, balanced energy boost.
So L-theanine enhances the good
Mm-hmm.
and minimizes the bad.
Exactly.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Are there any downsides, though?
So generally, L-theanine is considered safe for most people.
Okay.
However,
Yeah.
it is important to note that it can lower blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're on blood pressure medication,
Okay.
it's crucial to talk to your doctor before taking L-theanine
Makes sense.
because it could potentially lower your blood pressure too much.
Gotcha. So always consult with your doctor before
Yeah,
adding any new supplements.
especially if you have any
Yeah.
underlying health conditions.
Or if you're taking medications.
Exactly. Safety first.
Safety first, always.
All right.
Okay, so we've covered a lot about the benefits,
Right.
but where can people find L-theanine?
So, we've talked about green tea
Hmm.
being a great source,
Yeah.
but L-theanine supplements are also widely available
Okay.
in capsule or tablet form.
Right.
And it's really important when you're choosing a supplement
Okay.
to make sure that you choose a reputable brand
Right.
that contains pure L-theanine,
Okay.
not the D form,
Okay. Why is that?
because those can have different effects.
Okay.
So you want to make sure you're getting the right one.
Gotcha.
You also mentioned something called suntheanine in your notes.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
So suntheanine is actually a patented extraction method
Okay.
developed by Taiyo,
Interesting.
which is a Japanese company.
Right.
And it's known for producing very high-quality L-theanine.
Gotcha. So that's something to look for on the label.
Exactly.
Okay. One more thing before we wrap up this section.
Yeah.
The L-theanine and caffeine stack,
Oh, yeah, the dynamic duo.
it seems to be gaining a lot of popularity.
And for good reason.
Yeah. What's the science behind it?
So studies have shown
Mm-hmm.
that combining L-theanine and caffeine can significantly improve
Okay.
performance on mentally demanding tasks.
Interesting.
They work synergistically.
So they're better together
That's right.
than they are apart.
Exactly. And we've already talked about how
Oh.
L-theanine can help to smooth out those negative side effects of caffeine.
So it's like you get all the good
Mhm.
without the bad.
Exactly.
What kind of tasks are we talking about here?
So anything that requires sustained attention, focus,
Yeah.
working memory, and even
Okay,
creative problem solving
Interesting.
could benefit from this powerful combination.
So things like,
Yeah, like studying for an exam,
okay,
writing a report,
gotcha.
brainstorming for a new project.
Right.
This stack can give your brain that extra edge.
That's amazing.
It is.
Are there any downsides to combining them, though?
That's a valid concern, but actually
Yeah.
research suggests that
Yeah.
L-theanine's calming properties
Right.
counteract those potential negative effects of caffeine.
Okay.
So it helps to maintain a balanced state of alertness
That makes sense.
without the excessive stimulation.
Right.
That can lead to anxiety or sleep problems.
Gotcha.
But of course,
Yeah.
everyone responds differently.
Right.
So it's always best to start with a lower dose
Okay.
and see how you react.
That's great advice. Always listen to your body.
Always.
We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
I feel like we've learned so much already.
Yeah, it's been a good deep dive.
Brain waves, neurotransmitters, stress reduction,
Yeah.
even potential benefits for stroke prevention.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, L-theanine seems to be a powerhouse
It really is.
for brain health
Mhm.
and cognitive function.
Yeah, and what's exciting is
These-
that it's readily available and generally safe for most people to try.
Okay.
Whether you're sipping a cup of green tea
Right.
or taking a supplement,
Yeah.
L-theanine offers a natural way to support your mental well-being.
I couldn't agree more. It feels like
Yeah.
we've just scratched the surface of what L-theanine can do.
Yeah, we have.
I'm eager to learn more about its potential for
Wow.
supporting memory, mood, and even creativity.
That's right.
It's clear that this compound has a lot to offer.
A lot to offer.
But before we move on to those topics,
Yeah.
what's your key takeaway?
You know what stands out most to me
Yeah.
is its unique ability to promote what we call alert relaxation.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that.
It's not about sedation.
Right.
It's about finding that sweet spot
Oh, okay.
where your mind is calm
Yeah.
focused,
Mm.
and ready to engage with the world.
It's about optimizing your brain's potential
Exactly.
while still maintaining a sense of inner peace.
That's it.
That's beautifully put.
Yeah.
I love that. It really does encapsulate the essence of L-theanine. It's something we can all aspire to.
That's right.
Let's take a closer look at L-theanine and its potential to enhance memory, mood,
Yeah.
and creativity,
Right.
and how it could fit into your life.
Let's do it. It's fascinating how this seemingly simple amino acid
Right?
can have such
Oh,
a
wait. Yeah.
ripple effect
Right.
on our overall well-being.
It really is.
Yeah.
And as we were talking, I was thinking back to that research on
Mm.
L-theanine and aging,
Yeah.
and it's pretty remarkable that it might help counteract those age-related declines in brain function.
Yeah.
I know you have some thoughts on that
Yeah, I do.
based on your notes.
It's definitely helpful.
Yeah.
One of the things that struck me was L-theanine's potential to support memory as we age.
Yeah.
You mentioned some concerns about memory in your notes, too.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we get older, it's not just about, feeling stressed or having low energy. It's also about the senior moments.
Right.
Where you just can't quite recall a name or a detail.
Yeah, it's so frustrating.
It can be really frustrating.
Yeah, and those memory lapses often stem
Yeah.
from that decline in neurotransmitter levels
Right.
that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Particularly acetylcholine,
Yeah.
which is
Okay.
crucial for memory function.
Okay.
So L-theanine's ability to boost those neurotransmitters could be a real game changer
Okay.
for maintaining that cognitive sharpness
Right.
as we age.
So it's not just about preventing memory loss,
Right.
but it's about potentially improving memory function overall.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It is pretty exciting.
But I imagine L-theanine's not a magic bullet.
No, you're absolutely right.
Right.
It works best as part of a
Yeah.
holistic approach to brain health.
Like,
Yeah, which includes a healthy diet,
right.
regular exercise, and managing stress effectively.
Right. So it's all about creating the right environment
It is, yeah.
for our brains to thrive.
For our brains to thrive, exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
And L-theanine definitely seems like a valuable tool
Yeah,
to add to that toolkit.
absolutely.
So as we've been discussing all these potential benefits, I've been thinking about how it might impact creativity.
Oh, yeah, creativity.
We mentioned that it boosts theta waves,
Right.
which are linked to creativity.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear more about that.
Well, creativity is such a complex process.
Right.
It involves multiple areas of the brain
Okay.
and a very delicate balance
Yeah.
of neurotransmitters.
Right.
I believe that L-theanine's ability to promote relaxation and reduce stress
Yeah.
could create a more fertile ground for those creative sparks.
Okay.
Does that resonate with you?
It does, because when we're stressed or anxious, our minds tend to get stuck
Yeah,
in those same old thought patterns.
right, exactly.
Yeah. It's harder to break free
It is. It is come up with new ideas.
and when we're relaxed,
Right.
when our minds are more open,
Yes.
that's when the aha moments can happen.
That's when those breakthroughs happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And L-theanine's impact on those alpha and theta brain waves
Yeah.
could further enhance those creative processes.
Okay.
Alpha waves, help you to enter that state of
Right.
relaxed alertness,
Okay.
allowing you to be more receptive to new information and ideas,
Okay.
while theta waves are often present during those moments of
Right.
insight and inspiration.
When you suddenly see things in a new way.
Exactly.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
So L-theanine is setting the stage for those creative breakthroughs
like so.
by creating that optimal brainwave environment and by reducing stress and boosting those feel-good neurotransmitters.
Right.
It's also enhancing our mood and our motivation,
Yeah.
which are both essential for...
Creative expression.
It's all connected.
It is. It is.
It's worth noting, though, that L-theanine's effects on creativity
Right.
might be subtle.
Okay.
It's not going to suddenly transform you into a
Right.
world-renowned artist
Yeah.
or inventor,
Of course not.
but it can help you to
Okay.
tap into that creative potential
Right.
that's already within you.
So it's more about cultivating
Yeah,
that creativity
Yeah.
that's already there,
that's already there, exactly.
rather than creating something brand new.
Right, it's about nurturing
Nurturing it.
that seed.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
This makes me think about how beneficial it could be
Mhm.
for people in creative fields,
Oh, absolutely.
like writers, artists, musicians,
Yeah, entrepreneurs,
entrepreneurs. Yeah.
anyone who needs to tap into that flow state.
Yeah, that flow state where
Ideas just,
flow freely.
yeah, flow freely.
Yeah. And it makes me also think about people who may not be in those fields,
Right.
who want to cultivate a more creative mindset
Mm-hmm.
in their everyday lives.
Absolutely.
It could help them to approach problems in new ways.
Yeah, come up with innovative solutions.
Yeah, come up with
Yeah.
different solutions than they...
Be more open to new possibilities.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
It's about embracing that childlike sense of wonder and curiosity
Exactly.
that we often lose
Yeah.
as we get older.
It's easy to get stuck in a rut.
Yeah, and this ties back to something we touched on earlier.
Okay.
L-theanine's potential to promote a sense of well-being.
Right.
It's not just about cognitive function.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how we feel overall.
It's about the whole package.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and that sense of well-being
is
so crucial
I
to
agree.
creativity.
Because when we feel good,
Yeah.
when we're in a positive state of mind,
Exactly.
it's easier
But it
to
is, yeah.
let go of those self-limiting beliefs
Right.
and allow ourselves to explore.
New ideas.
That's where the magic happens.
That is, I
Right.
completely agree.
Good.
L-theanine, with its ability to
Yeah.
promote relaxation, reduce stress,
Mm-hmm.
boost mood,
Yeah.
it could be such a powerful ally in cultivating that sense of well-being.
Sense of well-being.
Yeah. It's like we're creating a fertile inner landscape
I like that.
where creativity can take root
Yeah, take root and blossom.
and blossom. Exactly.
I like that a lot.
You mentioned some other interesting
I did.
potential applications in your notes, too.
I was thinking about how
Yeah.
L-theanine could play a role in education.
Oh, that's an interesting connection.
Yeah. So imagine a classroom where students are relaxed,
Okay.
focused,
Yeah.
and truly open to learning.
That sounds lovely.
Right. Imagine them being able to access
Mm-hmm.
those deeper levels of thinking, those theta brainwave states,
Yeah.
where insights and inspirations emerge.
That would be amazing. L-theanine could potentially help
Wow.
create that kind of learning environment.
That's a fascinating idea.
Yeah, and it's not just about
Right.
academic performance.
Yeah. It's also about...
It's about fostering
You're right.
a love of learning,
Yeah.
a sense of curiosity and wonder.
Mm-hmm.
And when students feel safe
Yeah.
and supported,
Yeah.
when their minds are open and receptive,
Yes.
learning becomes a joy
It does.
rather than a chore.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the students either.
Oh, that's right.
You know, L-theanine could be beneficial for teachers as well,
for sure.
helping them to stay
Absolutely.
calm and focused.
Because it's a very demanding profession.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. So it makes me think about how we can
Yeah.
bridge the gap
Right.
between science and education.
That's interesting.
We often think of these as
Mm-hmm.
separate realms,
Right.
but they're actually interconnected.
Yeah.
Understanding how the brain works
Mm.
and how compounds like L-theanine can influence
Mhm.
our cognitive processes
Yeah.
and emotional states
Mm-hmm.
can inform more effective
Okay.
teaching and learning practices.
That's a powerful insight.
Yeah.
It's about using science to create a more
Yeah.
holistic and human-centered
I like that.
approach to education.
Human-centered.
I do like that. And this reminds me of something we talked about earlier, too.
Okay.
That personalized learning.
Mm-hmm.
What works for one student
Right.
might not work for another.
Absolutely.
So understanding
Yeah.
individual responses to L-theanine
Right.
could be key
Yeah, that's a great point.
to tailoring its use in educational settings.
Absolutely. And this personalized approach goes beyond
Okay.
education.
Okay.
It's relevant for anyone who is
Mm-hmm.
exploring the benefits of L-theanine.
Makes sense.
What works for one person might not work for another.
That's true.
So it's about experimenting,
Yeah.
paying attention to your body's signals,
Yeah.
and finding what resonates with you.
Finding what works for you.
Yeah.
And that's great advice. It's about honoring our individual differences and
Mhm.
finding what supports our own
Right.
unique needs and goals.
Absolutely.
And as we've been talking about these potential uses,
Yeah.
I've been struck by its versatility.
Yeah.
It seems to have such a wide range of benefits,
It really does.
from relaxation
Yeah. To mood enhancement and
Yeah.
even potential protection against stroke.
It's amazing.
It is.
Is there anything else that stands out to you
Mm.
about its unique qualities?
What fascinates me is its ability to balance stimulation and relaxation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about calming the mind. It's
Mhm.
also about enhancing
Right.
those cognitive functions,
Yeah.
finding that sweet spot
Right.
where we're both alert and at ease.
I like that.
Yeah.
That is a really powerful combination.
Yeah.
It makes me think about how L-theanine might be beneficial for people who struggle with anxiety or insomnia.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's not about sedation.
Right.
It's about creating a state of calm focus.
Yeah.
That allows the mind to rest and rejuvenate.
It's like a gentle nudge.
It is
It's
in the right direction.
It must be a welcome alternative.
Yeah, I think so.
For people who are wary of stronger medications.
Yeah, and it's important to note that L-theanine's effects can be subtle.
Okay.
It's not a quick fix. It's not a magic bullet.
Yeah.
It's about incorporating it into a holistic approach to well-being, including lifestyle factors like diet, exercise, stress management.
Right. So it's about creating that synergy, where all these elements work together.
That's right.
To support optimal brain health and well-being.
And overall well-being. Yeah. And as we've been diving deeper into this topic, I've been struck by L-theanine's potential to transform the way we approach mental health and well-being. Yeah. It feels like a real shift.
Yeah, it does. It's about moving beyond just treating symptoms. It's a more holistic approach that focuses on optimizing brain function and cultivating a sense of inner peace.
That's a beautiful vision.
Yeah.
This makes me think about how L-theanine could be used in conjunction with other therapies and practices.
Like mindfulness meditation.
Yeah, like mindfulness meditation or yoga.
Or yoga.
Imagine incorporating L-theanine into a mindfulness practice.
Right, deepening that sense of relaxation and focus.
Yes. Or using it to enhance the benefits of yoga. Absolutely. You know, promoting a state of calm alertness that allows you to fully connect with your body and breath.
It's powerful stuff.
The possibilities are exciting.
They really are.
So it's about creating a symphony of practices that work together to support mental, physical, and emotional well-being.
The whole being.
Yeah, and this also highlights the importance of approaching well-being as a multifaceted journey.
I like that.
Yeah.
Multifaceted.
Multifaceted, exactly.
Yeah.
And one that involves exploring different tools and techniques. And finding what works best for you.
Exactly.
Individually.
That's it.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
It's about empowering ourselves to take charge of our health and well-being.
I love that.
And L-theanine could be such a...
Yeah. It's a good tool.
Valuable tool on that journey.
It is a valuable tool.
Yeah.
Based on your notes, it seems like you're already exploring different ways to incorporate it into your routine.
I am, yeah. Good for you.
I'm fascinated by its potential.
And eager to see how it can support my own well-being.
Yeah. Well, as we wrap up this part of our deep dive into the world of L-theanine, I'm feeling incredibly optimistic about its potential.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we've uncovered a hidden gem.
A hidden gem.
With so many potential benefits to explore.
Absolutely. I share your enthusiasm.
It's really exciting.
Yeah, it's a true testament to the power of nature.
Yeah.
And the incredible discoveries that are still being made about the human brain.
Absolutely. And it reminds us that there's always more to learn.
Always.
More to discover. More ways to support our well-being.
Absolutely.
Before we move on, though, I'd love to hear your final thoughts on what we've covered in this section.
Yeah.
What's the key takeaway you want to leave our listener with?
So what stands out to me is L-theanine's remarkable ability to bridge that gap between relaxation and cognitive enhancement.
Okay.
It's not about having to choose one or the other.
Yeah.
It's about finding that harmonious balance.
I like that.
Yeah.
Where our minds are...
Yeah, where our minds are both calm and alert.
Right.
Focused and creative.
Yes.
And ready to engage with the world in a way that's both productive and fulfilling.
That's beautifully said.
Yeah.
It really does. It's about embracing that power of both hands.
Yes, both hands.
Yeah.
It's not either.
Recognizing that we can be both relaxed and productive.
Absolutely.
Both calm and fully engaged. Yeah. And L-theanine seems to be a master facilitator.
I think you're right.
Of that state.
Yeah.
Let's move on to some specific questions you had about incorporating L-theanine and the L-theanine and caffeine stack into your life.
Let's do it.
As we've been exploring all the potential benefits of L-theanine, I've been thinking about its synergy with caffeine.
Right.
We've talked about its cognitive benefits.
Yeah.
But are there any specific activities or even professions?
Oh, yeah.
Where this combination could be especially valuable?
Absolutely. So anyone who needs to be mentally sharp, focused, and productive could definitely benefit from this stack.
Yeah.
But, certain professions come to mind where it could be particularly advantageous.
Okay, like what?
Surgeons, pilots, air traffic controllers.
Right. High stakes.
Yeah. These are roles that demand intense focus, rapid decision-making, and the ability to handle pressure. So the L-Theanine and caffeine combo could really provide that extra edge they need to perform at their best.
It's like a mental performance boost for those high-stakes situations.
Exactly.
What about athletes?
Oh, athletes, yeah, for sure.
Could they benefit from the stack as well?
Absolutely. Athletes often need to be both physically and mentally prepared.
For competition. Okay. L-theanine could help with their focus, reaction time, and even stress management. Yeah. While caffeine provides that surge of energy. Okay. So it could be a winning combo.
It could be for enhancing athletic performance.
Yeah, for sure.
It seems like there are so many applications for this stack.
There are.
So as we've been talking about the potential benefits of L-theanine and caffeine, I've been wondering how it might impact creativity.
Oh, that's interesting.
We talked about L-theanine promoting relaxation and enhancing alpha and theta brainwaves. But where does caffeine fit in?
That's a great question. So while caffeine can be associated with anxiety and jitters, which aren't really conducive to creativity.
Yeah, not at all.
In the right dose. And especially when paired with L-theanine, it can actually enhance those creative processes.
Really? How so?
So caffeine's a stimulant.
So it increases alertness, focus, and energy levels.
Right.
Which are all important for creative thinking.
Makes sense.
And when you combine that with L-theanine, which promotes relaxation and reduces anxiety, you get this balanced state where you're both energized and calm.
I like it.
Focused, yet open to new ideas.
Oh, that sounds great.
It's like finding that sweet spot where creativity can just...
That's a great image.
Flow effortlessly.
I love that it's like L-theanine's the conductor, guiding the orchestra of our minds, and caffeine is like the percussion section.
Oh, I like that.
Adding that rhythmic energy and drive.
Right.
And when they work together, you get this beautiful symphony of creative expression.
I love that analogy.
I do too.
This interplay between L-theanine and caffeine could be especially beneficial for people in creative fields.
Oh, yeah.
Like writers, artists, musicians, entrepreneurs.
Right. Anyone who needs that creative spot.
Yeah, that flow state.
Have you noticed any difference in your own creative process when combining the two?
I think I have.
Yeah.
I've been experimenting with taking L-theanine with my morning coffee.
Okay.
And I do seem to have more focus and clarity when I sit down to write.
Interesting.
It's like the words flow more easily.
Right.
And I feel less blocked or stuck.
Less resistance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's definitely something I'm going to continue exploring.
That's great. But everyone responds differently to caffeine.
That's true.
So wouldn't that affect?
Yeah, that's a great point. Some people are highly sensitive to caffeine's effects, while others can tolerate much higher doses.
Right.
So it's really important to listen to your body.
Right.
Oh. Find the right balance for you.
Yeah.
Start with a lower dose of caffeine.
Okay.
And see how you feel.
Gotcha.
You can gradually increase it if needed.
Okay.
But always pay attention to your body's signals.
Yeah. Great advice. Always listen to your body.
Always.
And that reminds me of something we talked about earlier, the importance of personalized well-being.
Exactly.
What works for one person might not work for another.
That's right.
It's about finding what works for you.
Yeah, and this personalized approach extends to L-theanine as well.
Right.
Some people find that green tea provides the perfect dose.
Makes sense.
While others prefer a supplement.
Yeah.
So it's all about experimenting.
Right.
And discovering what works best for you.
That makes sense.
There's no one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to well-being.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
It's about embracing that journey of self-discovery.
Yes.
And finding the tools that best support our own unique well-being journeys.
Absolutely.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And remember, This deep dive is just the beginning.
It is.
Of your exploration.
The world of well-being is fast. And ever evolving.
It really is.
And L-Theanine is just one fascinating tool waiting to be discovered.
Well said.
Yeah.
It's been a fascinating deep dive.
It has.
Into the world of L-Theanine.
For sure.
I feel like I've learned so much about its potential to enhance relaxation, focus, mood, even protect against age-related decline and stroke.
That's right. It's been my pleasure.
Thank you.
And I hope this deep dive has empowered you with knowledge and sparked your curiosity to explore how L-Theanine can enhance your own well-being journey.
Absolutely. So to our listener, as you continue exploring the world of L-Theanine and its potential benefits, remember to embrace that sense of balance.
Absolutely.
Find what works best for you. And approach your well-being journey with a sense of curiosity, openness, and a willingness to experiment.
I love it. And remember, the most important thing is to listen to your body.
That's right.
Trust your intuition and find what truly resonates with you.
Absolutely. Beautifully said.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Right.
Only what feels right for you.
With that, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the fascinating world of L-Theanine.
The fascinating world of L-Theanine.
Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive into the world of science and well-being.